Okay, so what we're going to move on to now is to show you how you actually engage in cell protection and protecting a workbook and a whole sheet. So what we tend to get on something like this is we need to actually lock out certain things so they can't be changed like these, or like things like these here, the actual labels, the headings, anything like this really, anything that's a sum or something that the user just should not be playing around with. So before I go on to that, I'm going to show you what I like to do with values that shouldn't be changed by the user. So you've got this one here and these ones. These are cells that the user just simply has no business playing around with. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually do them in a very light shade of blue, and that tells me that this is a sum in the same way that these kind of things tell me that they're headers, and this kind of tells me that it's summative, everything combined. And then it implies that these areas are for data entry of some description. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to actually just highlight the areas that can be changed. And then I'm going to go into formatting cells. And then we're going to go into protection. And you can see you've got things like locked. So locking cells, hiding formulas, no effects until you protect it. Now, if we leave these locked, they're not going to be usable when we actually share the workbook and protect the workbook. There's lots of other things you can play around with as well, but basically this is all about protection, locked and hidden. You can actually hide the information completely, so you can actually hide a formula, so no one can see it whatsoever. Particularly good if you've got a very nifty calculation for something and you don't want people getting hold of it. Okay, I'm going to click OK on that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that all of these are actually protected. Again, I'm going to format the cells, just check they're all definitely locked. I could hide them as well, and I'll show you how we work on that. Okay, and then what we do is we go up here into our review, and then we can protect the sheet or we can protect the workbook. So protecting the sheet stops this sheet getting altered. The whole workbook is the entire actual document. So I'm going to protect. Now I can put myself in a password, and I'm not going to tell you what my passwords are, obviously. And then I can click OK, and it's asking me to re-enter it. Obviously, you want a password that you'll remember, but isn't so easy to just get hold of whenever. I said you can even protect very particular things on the sheet. So you might want to select lock cells, selected unlocked cells, etc., etc., so they're all protected. I've not put password on that one, so you can see the difference between password protected and unprotected. As you can see, I can change those, but it simply will not let me alter them. You should be able to see as well that they're hidden. So whereas this one, we can see the values, all of these have hidden values on them. That means that no one actually knows what the formula was to create them. It's very useful. I'll just show you what happens when I unprotect the sheet and unprotect the workbook. Okay. And as you'll see, those formulas and functions all come back. I'm going to make it here, so I'll just highlight these ones and that one there, and I'm going to format the cells, and I'm going to unhide those. Again, I'm going to protect the workbook with a strong password. And then I'm going to protect the sheets. It's all done. Workbook's protected. Won't let me do anything without it. I can unprotect and protect the sheet though at will. So it is always a good idea to actually give a proper password for that. Again, nice strong password. You may want to actually have two different passwords for sheet and book. Okay, and there we go. You can see what it's done is it's hidden the formulas, but the actual values in these can be seen. They just simply cannot be changed. That's how we do it. That's how we actually go into some cell protection. That's how we make sure that a cell is protected. Locked cells, hidden cells, protecting the sheet, protecting the workbook. We can also do things like sharing of workbooks as well when they're online. And I'll go into that one in a separate so you can actually see how that works.